Everybody go party!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show, Chercher. I am Leslie Dalencour, and tonight we have a fantastic guest. His name is KAHN, and he's an artist. He is absolutely phenomenal. I don't want to waste your time. I'm just going to go in straight in. Welcome, KAHN. How are you?
Hello, Leslie. Nice
It's
to
a
meet you.
pleasure to have you at our show, Chercher l'artiste. And we got a chance to speak because our producer, Cliff, met you at a big exposition.
Yes, at the Aura Le Couleur Gallery.
Exactly. And tell us a little bit about yourself. I want to know everything about you.
Okay, so basically I'm from Haiti, born and raised. I came here around 2014, 2015 for college and whatnot.
Yeah.
And after that, after my first 4 years of college and whatnot, I've had the conversation with my parents. So I did what y'all wanted me to do. For example, I did.
I know that conversation.
Exactly. So I went ahead and got my degree in business, and after that, I was like, okay, so now it's my turn to do what I actually love and have a passion for. For example, my father, he is a maestro. He is very into music and whatnot. So I told him, so you had the chance and opportunity to go after what you love and
your
whatnot.
dream.
Exactly. So why would you feel, to impose yourself towards my dreams and whatnot? So it started from there. And after that, I went to the Art Institute of Miami. But unfortunately, after 3 years in my studies, they unfortunately closed. So right now, at the moment, I'm in Barry University, finishing my studies.
Oh, Barry has really some great programs.
Yes, they do.
I've met a few people from there. It's a nice campus too. Very nice campus. So, but when you were how old were you when you came here?
I came here when I came here 9 years ago, so I'm 30, so like what, 29, 21? I was 21.
21. So was it hard for you to learn English?
Not really, because
You spoke English in Haiti?
I had the opportunity to go to an American school, Bridge High School, before coming. But before Bridge High School, I used to watch a lot of television and whatnot, and I used to.
That's good.
Yeah, and I had a lot of DVDs and cassettes, and I used to put them in French and then play them in English.
That's great. That's great. So now here you are. You were drawing before before you decided.
Yes.
So you were drawing, and what type of drawing were you doing, and did you feel that you wanted to launch yourself into that field, and did you think you were going to be able to survive financially? How were you going to pay the rent and the car and the insurance?
That is the question.
That's what my parents asked me when I told them I was going to do dance. They
Exactly.
said, "On peut mourir dans la rue."
Exactly. So basically, so since prior to all my art ventures, so I got my degree in business, so I've got that to fall back on.
So you kind of work during the day, or you had a 9 to 5, and then after that you did your art.
Yeah, exactly.
That's excellent. So how do you call your style of drawing, painting, or what is it?
So basically, I would call my style experimental abstract realism, because I'm still experimenting, says in the name, between abstract and realism. So I'm playing with figures, I'm playing with impression, just to give you like a sense of what's happening without really giving you the concrete image like a picture and whatnot.
Like the real picture.
Exactly.
So when you were designing this to me, it's either a scene in New Orleans, a carnival, or a rara in Haiti.
Exactly. So my inspiration came from the group of Rara and whatnot, always in Haiti. And
what's the name of the group?
No, it's not a group. It's more so like Rara.
Rara, okay, yeah.
So that's where my inspiration came from.
Right.
And I was really drowned by crowds, by their movement, and how to represent.
Their sound.
Try to represent the whole feeling and imagery and sound of the moment and sketches and whatnot.
And so, when you're being inspired and you're drawing, do you have the whole picture in your head? Or you do this gentleman there, you do that building there.
Okay, so it's quite interesting the way that I go about my creative process. So I start by watching videos of back home and whatnot, and it gives me like the example of the crowd and whatnot. So that's how basically I start. So after that, after seeing the crowd, I go off memory and feeling of what I remember back home was. So after that, I start sketching. Au fur et à mesure, I start adding people. I add the scenery, and boom.
And what are the largest paintings or drawings that you've done?
My largest so far has been 6 feet and 6 feet by 3 feet.
Have you thought about doing murals? Because that would be phenomenal. I would see a whole street, both sides.
On both sides.
Do you imagine?
Yes, I can imagine myself doing murals.
That would be fantastic. And you know, another thing, I don't know if they have that in Miami, but in Fort Lauderdale, where I live, they I don't know if it's the FPL, the little boxes at the corner of the streets, and they're featuring different artists. You should try to see if you can
get into that as
get
well.
into that. All right. So now, what do you use to draw? Is that a charcoal?
Yes,
Is it carbon?
Yeah, charbon.
Charbon. Charbon, eh?
Yeah. I'm very drawn by the. So growing up, I've read a lot of mangas, and they're basically in black and white. So that's how I perceive my art to be. So in mangas, when you turn pages and whatnot, some pages of the manga, both pages, is like the action point. It's like the whole scene. So that's what basically I'm trying to represent with my art. So it's already black and white to give you the sense of you're reading a manga and you're right there at the action scene where everything is happening.
And when you say when you're I'm trying to understand how you portray this design, like how you're feeling it, like those people, like this one has his hands up, and you can tell that for me the umbrella, because I've never seen umbrella in
exactly. And my paintings, I like to add a few, I call them Easter eggs, something to catch the viewer off guard or to catch his attention, something more than just what's happening per se. So you know,
like
to
what?
add, like you pointed out, the umbrella. What is an umbrella really doing in the middle of a riot? So
because in Haiti, I've never seen an umbrella.
Exactly, in a riot.
But in New Orleans, I have seen I've always seen umbrellas.
People with umbrellas and whatnot.
Well, they don't have in New Orleans,
they don't.
But they have
the carnival. And
the carnival, and I guess at the birth of a baby, they walk in the street with the instruments and all that, and then at the death of someone, they walk with the coffin too.
Okay, yeah, that is reminiscent of Haiti as well. The walking with the coffin.
Oh, they do that?
I am very. It's very vivid in my head. Coming back from home from church and whatnot, sometimes there's like this whole how do you say blocage?
Did you live in Port-au-Prince or?
I lived in Fermat.
It's
close to Kenscoff.
Fermat is after Kenscoff.
No, they kind of diverge. So you go and there's Fermat, Duplan, etc.
Oh, right. Because my uncle had I don't want to say a plantation, but he had il était terrain quand il était planté maïs and everything in La Boule.
Okay,
you know where the church is where they play the soccer.
Oh yeah. I know.
And you see from the road.
From the road, you can see from down there.
I mean, and when they have big soccer games, everybody
used
goes.
To come, yeah.
You know, they big cars and everything. You know.
I do remember those.
So, to get back to that. Now, you say you've been painting for about, 8 years now? Are you doing it professionally?
Professionally, I've been doing it for 4 years. I've always done it since back home, done it here and there, always had a drive for it. I have to give a personal shout out. The person that really inspired me
Yes.
was his name, Igor Pirelli. I went to school with him, and he was an artist, and he was actually doing it. And me, I always thought, why would I keep myself in being a dreamer? And later on in my life, be like all sad and whatnot.
And regret that you
that I
didn't.
haven't tried it.
I always tell people, follow your dream, but
Exactly.
be smart.
About it, exactly.
Because you're gonna have to pay the insurance of the car, the phone, and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
But follow your dream. Like me, I went for music. I did modeling. I did all that. I did it all. But I followed my dream. And I believe that
And you
should
feel fulfilled, I'm pretty
But
sure.
I have a son that is his dream. He's a director, and he writes films and things like that. And sometimes I find myself saying to him, "Qui j'en parle? Vive demain matin."
Right. How? That is the biggest question parents do ask.
But I mean, it's really very serious what you do. I really like it. Now, do you expose? Where do you expose?
Yes, I do expose. I had the chance to expose at Les Couleurs Gallery. It's owned by Ora. She had the pleasure to give me the opportunity to showcase my work there.
Right, and that's in Miami.
Yes, downtown Miami.
That's where you live. You live in Doral?
No, it's closer to the Brickell area.
Oh, that's where the artists are. You have some great scenery there.
Yeah. It's close to Wynwood as well. So every now and then I'll be going to Wynwood and seeing the walls.
Yeah. Is there an area where all the artists get together and exchange ideas and things like that?
There are some events every now and then. I am aware of a group and collection of people called Raw Figs. So every now and then they be doing pop-ups. They be going in different places and having artists get together, sketch, and conversate, exchange ideas and whatnot.
And are there areas, for example, in the city of Miami, that or the area Brickell, that is designated for artists to go do a painting? Like I said, I see a street of this.
Right. Wynwood would be the place, because that's where most wall arts and whatnot and people.
And
do.
Wynwood is still happening right now.
Yeah.
I used to party in Wynwood 10 years ago.
Yeah. It's still a thing. It's even more colorful now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to. The problem is you can park. There is no parking.
Yeah, there's a
right.
problem.
Yeah. So I mean, if you park a car in Wynwood, you have no clue where the car is. But okay. So is there a name for this painting?
For my paintings.
For this one in particular.
In particular, it's just called The Riot.
The Riot.
Yeah.
Right, but that's a
Yeah. No, it's basically the riot that's happening in Haiti. That's what I like about my presentation of art and whatnot. It gives people different ideas of what's happening. For example, you went to Rara and a carnival in Haiti.
Right.
Other people.
But for you, it was a riot. Yeah, you could see a riot. Listen, we're gonna take a little break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Are you ready to party?
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with our guest today, KAHN. He's telling us about his art and what it represents. I totally forgot what I was asking you. Oh yeah, we were calling it the riot.
Yes.
So, besides this one, can we see another one
Yes,
of your your paintings? Wow. Yeah, we can leave it on the desk like this. Now, if someone were to purchase something like that, what would it go for about?
It depends on what you would want the art itself to be on. So I go by different materials and whatnot, and
so someone could literally order a piece and say, because I'm thinking for the protection of the carbon, for it should be covered by something.
Yes, correct. So it all depends on the personal preference of the buyer. So I do on paper, I do on canvas, and also I use what's it called?
You could do carbon on canvas.
Yes, on canvas as well. Yes, sir.
Wow. And how do you protect that?
We put this spray. It's called
a transparent spray.
Yeah, it's like a binder, so it actually binds the charcoal on the.
Yeah, because you would definitely have to protect it.
Yeah, correct.
And now, if you were, are you as good with the paintbrush? Do you think you could do? Do you think? Before now, we're going to come back to that question. But before you get into doing it with the charbon on the paper,
yes.
Do you draw something?
Yes, I start with pencil. Actual pencil.
You take a pencil and you do the outline kind of.
Yeah, I give like the forms, where and what position I want stuff to be.
So you pretty much see the painting in your eyes. That's the part that I find fascinating, because I hear the song in my head, and I say this should go there, this should go there, or and it's sometimes I think I'm insane.
I can relate to that. Yeah.
So yes, so you take a pencil and you draw. Now, for example, for a painting like that, how long will it take? How do you call that a painting?
I would call it a piece of art.
For that piece of art, to try to.
So how long per se?
For a piece like that?
If I recall, it took me about 2 weeks and a half, 3 weeks about to complete. Yeah.
Now another question: the carbon, the charbon.
Yes.
Once you've passed it on the paper or on.
It's there.
So you can't make any mistakes.
No. I gotta be diligent, and if I do a mistake, I have to restart over again.
And is there, for example, when you are drawing or filling this up, for example, do you press a bit harder on the carbon?
Yes, in some areas I do press harder. Like for example, to give the impression of smoke in the sky, I did press harder in this area, and I did lighter touches. For example, right here to give like a piece of a building that is broken on the side of the road right there, and right here to give the impression of railed garage and whatnot. So in different places and areas, I do apply more pressure and whatnot.
Do you? How many pieces in total that you have so far that you've done?
I have different collections. So from this collection specifically, I have about 100.
What?
100. Yeah, about 100.
Wow.
Not too shy. 100.
When you expose them, how do you expose them? I mean, how?
So right now it's like in the basic form, in the how do you say? Not really the draft per se, but you would say the ground zero. So basically that's how it starts when I'm done, quote unquote. So after this, I go to a framer, and that's where.
You go to a framer,
and I get it framed.
That's really good. Right. What is this one?
Same continuity, different instances and different viewpoints.
Different viewpoints. And like I told you, you know, for me, this was an MTV video.
Oh, yeah.
You know, video in the video store, video kill the radio star.
Yeah. So,
okay, don't you see that? Don't you see a little square? You could have a bunch of people with
the
TV head, and have you thought of doing a book or how do they call that when you do a book and you a comic book? Do you know?
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yes, I am planning on making a comic book with my pieces of work. Yeah.
And what are you going to call it?
It's going to be called Shadow KAHN. So basically, it's going to be my shadows. That's how I'm calling the.
So you call those personages shadows?
Yeah.
They're shadows. That's pretty good. That's a pretty cool name. Shadow.
Or ombre.
Or what?
Ombre.
Ombre. Okay. And so tell us about this one now.
So this one, it's
because you see, I see this is full colors, and these are not.
These are exactly. So.
And what do they represent?
So in this, I'm trying to give like a differentiation of the main antagonist and just the people in the background. So I tried to give a distinct look to the main characters, so the ones mainly in black.
And what are those main characters doing?
So in the whole collection, there are the people that are enticing the riot and giving the idea to the people like you are not obligated to keep on living this way and whatnot. You can, you know, like they had said, you pick up your torch and you go and you do what you have to do for your change and whatnot. And that's what's happening in Haiti, not vis-a-vis per se the people are going against the government and whatnot.
They want to change. I mean, they want to change. They want to be able to eat. They want to bring their kids to school. They want education for their children.
Exactly.
Everybody else in the world is progressing, and we are just
taking step back.
Do you know? So I usually say Haiti is en voie de sous-développement. But that's really bad. But we got to do something about that, and we do have to get together and
start the conversation.
And all the artists have to get together and support each other, and we need to support the Haitian artists because most of the time they work for pretty much nothing, and you know things cost a lot of money. And life costs a lot of money, and that's pretty much the object of this show. We want to be able to bring the artists, give them a voice. We want to be able for you that is doing that's a phenomenal piece of work.
Thank you.
Have you thought about getting involved internationally?
Yes, I have. So since starting my collection and compiling my 100 plus.
Can we see the next one?
Yes, of course. So after compiling my amount of work, I feel now more confident to go.
Oh, I like that.
To go across sea and whatnot and show my work. My first fear was if I come with like a few, I always had the fear of somebody just copying and.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think I couldn't copy that. Well, I'm not an artist, but.
Yeah, but I do appreciate that thought. But yeah, that was my fear. So after compiling all my amount of work, now I feel like I have, you know, my signature, you can say gimmick, because you can see like
and
you can see it's from the same
one
artist.
thing that I'm seeing is that they're all in suits. This is a pretty nice suit.
Yes, I do try to suit.
I actually like the cut of the suit.
Thank you. I do try to stylize the people.
Do you think that you could have your prints on cloth?
Yes, I've also had.
Have you envisagé? I know you said that in.
Yes, I've had a few classes in the Art Institute where I was able to explore that medium, putting my art on clothing, and I am planning on, you know, starting not clothing like per se, but having my imagery on clothing.
There is a gentleman here at FIU that has an incubator next door, right next door.
Yeah.
His name is Jacek. He's a phenomenal teacher here, but he's also a great artist. And I'm going to try to connect you with him
Okay, I
because
would
he's
appreciate that very
fantastic.
much.
Fantastic. But okay, tell us about this one.
So this one is a little bit more rural to give y'all like a impression of
That's a lot of people.
Yes, a lot of people coming from all the way down the city,
Right.
just coming at you, and you.
And they're pretty much in suits, eh?
Yeah.
They're all.
Yeah, I try to give them like spiffy them up, have them looking good and whatnot.
That's a pretty spiffy revolution.
Yes, I try to. Yeah, I try to make them distinct.
They got dressed to go scream in the street.
Yes, exactly.
It's absolutely nice.
Thank you.
Do you have a catalog of all your work, or for if some people are going to see you now on because we are all over the islands, all over Miami, all over. For them to reach you, how are they going to reach you?
Y'all could reach me on literally Instagram. It's called KAHN, KHANOMBRE, and also y'all can
Ombre?
check Ombre.
Ombre.
It's like shadow.
HOMBRE.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, yeah.
And also my website, GerardDavidCaesar.com, where y'all could go through my whole catalog and whatnot.
And your catalog is exposed because I'm sure that people are going to want to see more of you. I'm sure. And have you been in contact with a few people that are doing expositions? But for example, they're doing I forgot the name of the big one every December.
Art
Basel.
Art Basel. I am in talks with Red Dot right at the moment to see if I can get a spot to get my art pieces exposed, and fingers crossed that it all goes through. And
no, because you definitely, you got to push. When you're an artist, you got to push. You got to open the doors, and once you open the doors, you bring your friends in, bring the other people. Don't forget them.
Never leave. I don't have that crowd mentality. Yeah.
That's excellent. I'm absolutely happy that you got a chance to come and talk to us today. I hope it's not your last interview with me. Actually, you said it was your first interview.
It was my first.
It was his first interview. You'll never remember. You never forget me.
Yeah. No.
All right. Listen, KAHN, I really wish you the best. And ladies and gentlemen, you know where to reach him. What is it again?
It's KAHN on Instagram or GerardDavidCaesar.com on the web.
Fantastic. I thank you so much, and good luck in everything. It was a pleasure being with you, everybody. See you next Sunday, same place, same time. I'm Leslie Dalencour, Chercher l'artiste, KAHN. And please take a little time to do something nice for somebody. I love you. Please help all the Haitian artists and all the artists in the world. Love you. Bye.
Are you ready to party?